Amazon. Good morning.
Good morning. Today is National Bean Day, which is a great day to toot your own horn.
National Bean Day.
Getting your flash briefing
Okay.
in NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. Stocks open higher today as the Labor Department reported another solid month of job growth. NPR's Scott Horsley reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose about 200 points in early trading.
U.S. employers added 223,000 jobs last month, slightly more than forecasters were expecting. The unemployment rate inched down to just 3.5%, matching its lowest level in half a century. Despite some headline-grabbing layoff announcements from companies like Amazon and Salesforce, the overall job market remains unusually tight. More than 400,000 people came off the sidelines last month and started working or looking for work. Inflation watchdogs at the Federal Reserve have been keeping a close eye on workers' wages. Average wages in December were up 4.6% from a year ago. That's a slightly smaller annual increase than the month before. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
The House of Representatives will spend a fourth day today trying to elect a speaker. NPR's Windsor Johnston reports Republican leader Kevin McCarthy has not been able to win the speakership so far because he cannot convince a small group of hardline Republicans to support him.
After 3 days and 11 rounds of voting, McCarthy appears no closer to gaining the support of a group of conservative hardliners, despite offering what's reported to be a growing list of key concessions. Speaking between ballots on Thursday, Republican Congressman-elect Mike Lawler claimed McCarthy is making progress with the holdouts.
There are a lot of concerns that have been raised by those 20 or so individuals. Kevin has negotiated in good faith to address their concerns.
This is now the longest speaker contest in generations. The House cannot kick off the new Congress or swear in new members until a speaker is elected. Windsor Johnston, NPR News, Washington.
It's been 2 years since supporters of former President Donald Trump attacked the U.S. Capitol. Lawmakers are holding silence today. President Biden will mark January 6th by awarding a dozen medals to people the White House says have defended democracy. President Biden has announced new immigration rules to deter migrants from crossing the southern U.S. border in large numbers. The administration's plan calls for the U.S. to accept up to 30,000 immigrants from certain countries every month. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says those who cross the U.S. border unlawfully will be expelled.
The challenge is that we are dealing with we're so
overrun. We got so much people coming across the border, no place to keep them. But we're going to accept 30,000 people from various countries yearly. What a load of garbage. You people are trying to do this one state thing
that has not been
it's not going to
updated for
happen.
decades.
No, we are many
Congress
states.
has not acted yet.
He spoke to NPR's Morning Edition. You're listening to NPR News from Washington. Forecasters say waterlogged California is going to get more rain tonight. The National Weather Service says the next storm in the parade of atmospheric river events will lead to additional flooding. Storms have brought hurricane-force winds and devastating rain to California. The governor will take the oath of office today in Sacramento. From CAP Radio, Nicole Nixon reports Gavin Newsom's inaugural ceremony is meant to draw a contrast to the anniversary of the insurrection.
Newsom and his supporters will march to the state capitol for what his inaugural committee says will be a celebration of freedom, democracy, and diversity. The Democratic governor is seen as a possible contender for president, but Newsom says he won't run next year. Still, he's taken to criticizing Republican governors in Florida and Texas for restricting abortion and LGBTQ rights. In his second term, Newsom will likely focus on policies to mitigate climate change and reduce homelessness in California. For NPR News, I'm Nicole Nixon in Sacramento.
Police in Albuquerque, New Mexico say they're investigating 4 shootings aimed at the homes or offices of political officials. No one has been hurt. 2 New Mexico state senators and 2 local county officials were targeted. The most recent shootings happened on Tuesday. The suspect in the knife slayings of 4 University of Idaho students has made his first court appearance in Idaho. Authorities allege they have DNA evidence that links suspect Brian Kohberger to the scene of the murders. Kohberger has maintained his innocence. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News from Washington.
us in the bullseye because Jesse always has really good questions.
What did
Amazon.
John Malkovich?
Skip.
In NASA news, NASA has awarded the Space and Earth Sciences Data Analysis says the V contract to ADNET Systems Incorporated of Bethesda, Maryland, to provide Earth and space science research and development at the agency's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland.
Goddard.
Former astronaut Walter Cunningham, who flew into space on Apollo 7, the first flight with crew in NASA's Apollo program, died early Tuesday morning in Houston. He was 90 years old. In weather. In Seattle, there's a coastal flood advisory in effect until Friday, January 6, 9 a.m. The current weather is 44 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Today, you can look for showers, with a high of 51 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. From NASA.
Okay.
NASA has awarded the Space and Earth Sciences Data Analysis says the V contract to ADNET Systems Incorporated of Bethesda, Maryland, provide Earth and space science research and development at the agency's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. Former astronaut Walter Cunningham, who flew into space on Apollo 7, the first flight with crew in NASA's Apollo program, died early Tuesday morning in Houston. He was 90 years old. That's all for your flash briefing.
Right on, right on.
Welcome to this day in history. From the History Channel, January 6, 1838. On this day in 1838, Samuel Morse's telegraph system is demonstrated for the first time at the Speedwell Iron Works in Morristown, New Jersey. The telegraph, a device which used electric impulses to transmit encoded messages over a wire, would eventually revolutionize long-distance communication, reaching the height of its popularity in the 1920s and 1930s. Would you like to hear more about this event?
No,
Another event from January 6th.
Amazon.
Or an
Off. She's on a roll today. All right, everyone, have a great day.